And
So have you heard the story where like that was his biggest issue, was that he couldn't keep this cool long enough?
So there's a secret to that. It's the powertrain that overheats, and the cooling system in that thing it's more of ram air from the front and AC. Right?
Okay.
So you're trying to cool the battery down, and you're trying to cool the inverter down, and the motor is generating tons of heat. So
okay. So the motor. So he says the front motor is the first thing that would heat up.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. So, but then he says he actually put extra like heat exchangers in between,
You can do
right?
extra heat exchangers.
All kinds of stuff. And he was able to. Oh, shut up! Wait. Okay. So then he said that he was able to actually cool the liquid down to stay between the thing. But then somehow the software threw a thing.
Yeah.
Where like it says,
It thinks so. It doesn't.
It thinks that it
know-
should be hot.
Right. It doesn't know that there's additional cooling on it.
Oh,
So
I
it
see.
It says there's a sensor problem because it's too cool for what it should be. So there's something wrong with the sensor.
Okay, so essentially, this is what he got.
Yeah.
He hit the limit on.
Yeah.
It wasn't the actual cooling problem. It was that the
They have
software.
a cooling, they have a cooling problem where they can't keep up. When they're on a track.
Yeah.
But I've had a lot of people do the same thing. I tell a couple of people how to put a radiator in the back.
Okay.
The motor itself with a separate cooling fan. And some guys would said, yeah, I've done that, but it still kicks in sometimes. Which it's a software thing because it says the battery's this temperature, the motor's been running for this long. And
So it calculates.
So it calculates, yeah. So it does multiple. So it does actual temperature and then calculation. And if they don't
don't match,
it says, hey, something's wrong with my sensor.
there
It should
must be
it's
something wrong with the
exactly.
sensor because there's
So
a discrepancy.
Exactly. So it's like garbage in, garbage out. It only knows what it's told. It's like, okay, well, these should be right around here. Okay, well, it's like this. Something's wrong. I don't know what it is. There's something wrong.
Oh, I see.
And it's
And
not
so
smart enough to be like, oh, that's okay. If it's cooler, that's fine. It doesn't know.
So then it throttles down.
Yeah.
I mean, it governs itself down, right? It's whatever it is.
So yeah, I think the best way to do it would be to try to cool the entire cooling system better.
Uh-huh.
So you have an auxiliary cooler on it, but keep the rest of the cooling down in temperature. So if you can keep the whole system somewhat level, it shouldn't trigger that because now you don't have an offset. Everything's exactly the same temperature.
Yeah. But that's tough because now it's kind of a complex system.
Exactly.
I thought when he was explaining, I thought, well, it seems that the problem is this is a giant loop. It goes through the battery, goes through the motor, goes through the other motor. I'm like, by the time the last thing is getting the hottest because it's getting the heat from everything else.
So it's the way they split it up. So they have two loops, one for the battery and one for the powertrain / charging. So,
with valves.
Yeah, so with the valves. So the valving is all up front.
The valving's all front, yeah.
So it's like one loop, the charger, the rear powertrain, they're together in that loop no matter what, and then it's valved up front.
Now, the battery takes a while to heat up, right?
That's why they feed it all through everything. So they feed it to the charger, so that if you're sitting there charging, the charger's getting hot, which is warming up the coolant, which then preheats the powertrain and the battery.
Yeah.
So it brings that up with the waste heat, which is brilliant because then you're not wasting power heating just those.
Yeah. Because it's a giant battery, and I know those cells. I mean, I play with those cells all the time.
Exactly.
I'm like, it takes a long time to heat them. You really have to bang the crap out of them. Like, you have to run them at like 5C for, I don't know, 5 minutes before you start seeing critical, right? Like, so there's no way that in a lab, these things are getting hot. You know what I mean? Like,
so it just normally sits on
That's close.
it's right?
It's
He hit something. He hit a cow or something in there. No. So
the mosquitoes at 120.
Yeah, it's all that stuff. All right. Don't overheat it.
Anybody want some gum for fresh breath?
Don't overheat it.
It's not personal.
Is that rich?
So the Model 3, tell me about the Model 3 cooling thing. How do they fix that?
So the Model 3 is completely different. It's not the same powertrain. It's different.
It's
DC,
not.
It's a DC motor. It doesn't get as hot as the AC motor.
Oh, really? Is it considered a DC motor? Really?
It is.
What? Well, yeah, because it's
It's permanent magnet.
permanent magnet. Yes, it's a BLDC, but it's
Exactly.
That's crazy.
So because of that, it doesn't get as hot. because it's more efficient.
It's more
So
efficient.
in that powertrain, you have an inverter.
You have an
convert
inverter.
DC back to AC to the
Yeah.
motor. So not only do you have the motor getting hot, but you also have the inverter getting hot.
Yeah.
And a Model 3, it's like it doesn't take much for that to heat up anymore.
Well, half the power is being created by the permanent magnet, so
Right.
they don't have to create
it's
that
almost
magnetic
perpetual
field.
motion, because you have one magnet, it's creating current, the one that's
Yeah.
not being fired.
Yeah.
So that one's creating current to feed the other ones that are being fired.
Oh, I see.
So it takes significant less amperage, less heat.
Yeah. So do they actually cool the actual rotor on those?
Yep.
They do. So it's
So
the
now
same
the Model
thing.
3 does a little different. So those have coolant pumping through the powertrain.
Uh-huh.
Model 3 is oil cooled. So they have
Oh,
oil.
okay. And then
oil
they
filter,
have
and then they have a
heat exchanger. Oh, no way.
So they pump
Yes.
the oil through everything, and then with a pump, and then they feed through the heat exchanger, so it's a little bit more efficient that way. Because coolant, you need massive amounts of coolant to cool things.
Yeah.
Whereas the oil absorbs the heat, they can get it through the exchanger really rapidly.
Oh, I see. I always wonder why they did that. I was like, why adding an extra different coolant, a whole new, subsystem, and like it's got to be some.
Model S, the front powertrain, they did that same thing. They oil cooled it with a heat exchanger.
Okay.
So if you look at the front powertrain, you're going to see a heat exchanger on top of it. So that one's oil cooled too. So they were
Yeah.
experimenting with the AC motor, and then they ended up doing it on the DC.
Oh, I see. So we're gonna wait on that. What? I'm interviewing. I'm in the middle of an interview. Okay, so here's another question. Way back in the day,
Yeah.
when the dual motor came out, some time when the dual motor came out, we took one of those motors from the front motors.
Yep.
And we were like, this is a Model 3 motor. We were like, because it looks like it.
It's similar in shape and size, but it's not.
It's not?
It's an AC.
So that's
The one that came out, the Raven that came out.
the Raven.
The Raven
Now.
Model 3 powertrain and the Model S powertrain.
Okay. So we were wrong because people were like not sure, and I was like, I think I was right. It was really early, like on. I was like, I was going on a limb. I'm
So
like,
they stood it up. They stood it up like they Model 3. They put a vertical instead of laying it flat.
Yeah.
But it was still an AC motor. It wasn't.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It was an AC induction motor, so it wasn't.
It was more compact, but that little thing had a lot of power for that little guy.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
like-
those are what we are that I'm putting on a lot of these conversions that we're doing. On my Samba, I'm gonna put one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm putting Model 3 batteries.
Nice.
So I'm trying to put 4 of the long modules, the 25S modules.
Yeah.
So I can get like 80 kilowatt hours and then put that in there.
Those are a little hard to work with because it's such a long unit.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you play with that? But at the same time, if you had something big to put it in,
Yeah, if it fits.
very easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then and I don't know the BMS, what I'm gonna do in the BMS, but I don't know. I've been running around with my Tesla packs without a BMS for 7 years, so I'm like, maybe I'll just do it without a BMS, figure out later. The thing is that it's so cool that they have that board. You can literally solder onto those little points, and you're like, here's my lead. Whenever I figure it out, I'll just put a BMS on there, right? So
The way they do it is pretty cool. So they have each one has the B&B board, and then they have the BMS, and you talk to each other.
Yeah.
Can line.
Yeah.
So it's like your intelligence is back here. You can just do a can line, daisy chain everything off of it, and it tells you exactly which cell's going.
yeah.
Pretty cool.
And no one's figured that out, right? Nobody's made a controller yet, or do they have?
There's some people out that have.
Oh, they have. Okay. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know.
I've seen a few of them where some have actually taken the B&Bs and tied them in with an aftermarket system.
Yeah, like a controller. Yeah.
Controller. So
Yeah.
like, they still have.
But for now, we're just going around this
Holy crap! Alright, off to the left we go.
Why am I so surprised? Holy crap! power, people! I can't believe this power is coming out of the batteries that I play with every day. That's crazy.
We're on the back straight. We're going to let it cool just a little bit. We'll let some people pass us, and then we're going to play with them through the next section of the corner.
Okay. Woo! My God! This is crazy. I totally...
We'll definitely catch this guy. Should run after him.
Guys are shifting like crazy. They're like shift up, shift down, shift up. And this guy on that single gear. We're still alive. Holy crap, dude. Okay, so that run right there, that wasn't full power, right? Like nowhere near full power.
So only the first little bit had close to full power. We did have deration where, you know, you can see where the, like if you,
Derate. Okay,
yeah. So, and we have 59% battery.
Oh my God.
And to Tesla's credit, this car has 49,000 miles on it.
This is not a new car. This is an old car, essentially. This is pretty impressive, and I don't know why I'm so impressed. Like I drive these. I ludicrous take off before. It's amazing. All right.
We're alive. By the way, the brakes fade, so I'm not going to push it and break any knees.
We've only got, well, I think we've got one Rivian guy, and I'd like to jump in.
So actually, if we could ahead of the Rivian guy.
Good.
That's crazy. He's a good driver. Yeah. And that's not even full power. I've been on a NASCAR racetrack with Daniel Suarez, a real like NASCAR driver. This is equivalent to that. Like it's crazy.